Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, today we shall study few more things related to chapter classification of elements and periodicity in properties. Today we shall study about electronic configuration and classification of elements into S, P, D and F block elements. In the whole periodic table, the elements whatever we have, all these elements are classified into 4 blocks. They are S block, P block, D block and F block elements. The classification is based on what? The classification is based on electronic configuration in the outer shell of these elements. The elements which have similar electronic configuration are grouped together. Generally, the properties of elements depend upon the similarity in electronic configuration. If electronic configuration is similar, then their properties also will be similar. Now, what is this electronic configuration? It is arrangement of electrons in the various orbitals according to the principles like Aufbau principle, Pauli's principle and Hund's rule. Based on these rules, electrons are arranged in various orbitals in the increasing order of the energies of the orbitals. That gives us electronic configuration. Based on the similarity in electronic configuration, the elements are classified into S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. In this, first let us study about S block elements. S block elements. We are studying about S block elements. What are these S block elements are? S block elements are those in which last electron enters S orbital of a valence shell. What is meant by valence shell? It is the outermost electronic shell. In these elements, last electron enters S orbital of the valence shell. How to represent the valence shell? It is represented as nth shell. N value represents the outermost shell, that is the valence shell. These elements have the general electronic configuration as NS1 or NS2. So, general outermost electronic configuration is NS1 or 2, NS1 to 2. If the elements have 1 electron in the NS orbital, the configuration becomes NS1. Such elements belong to group 1. So, group 1 elements, which are also called as alkali metals, their outer electronic configuration, electronic configuration I will abbreviate as EC, is NS1. Means they have 1 electron in the S orbital of the valence shell. Whereas one more group, that is group 2, which also is called as S block elements, they are also known as alkaline earth metals. These alkaline earth metals have outer electronic configuration as Ns2, means they have 2 electrons in the outermost electronic shell. These 2 groups belong to the S block. Why? Because here last electron enters S orbital of the valence shell. They are either alkali metals or alkaline earth metals with electronic configuration Ns1 or Ns2. Ns1 is the electronic configuration of alkali metals. Ns2 is the electronic configuration of alkaline earth metals. Which are the alkali metals? Here you can see atomic number 3, that's lithium. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These are the elements belonging to group 1 are called as alkali metals. Group 2 elements, they are beryllium with atomic number 4, then comes magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So we can say alkali metals are lithium to francium. These are alkali metals. Then group 2 elements, they are beryllium up to the radium. These elements are group 1 and group 2 elements. In case of group 2, beryllium, it is a group 2 element but not called as alkaline earth metal. Students, here there are 2 exceptions in the whole periodic table. They are the topmost elements hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen has electronic configuration 1s1, which is similar to the group 1 element, but that element is not called as alkali metal. Hydrogen, it has 1s1 electronic configuration, hence there is similarity in electronic configuration with the alkali metals, and it also has similarity with the group 17 elements. Group 17 elements are halogens. Hydrogen has a similarity with alkali metals and halogens according to its electronic configuration. Like alkali metals, hydrogen can lose 1 electron. Like halogens, hydrogen can gain 1 electron, accept 1 electron to get stability. So there is uncertainty in position of hydrogen. Hydrogen has 1s1 configuration, but there is uncertainty to place it in group 1 or group 17. That's why it is just kept at the top of the periodic table. We do not call hydrogen as alkali metal. Then one more element which has exception is helium. You can find it at the topmost position on right hand side. Helium atomic number is 2. Its electronic configuration is 1s2. Means their last electron enters s orbital. Therefore it has to be called as alkaline earth metal, or it should belong to group 2. But it is placed in group 18. It is S block element but placed in group 18. Why? Because like other elements of group 18, it has completely filled outermost electronic shell. So these are the 2 exceptions in the periodic table when we classify the elements into blocks. One is hydrogen, it has uncertainty in position, and another one is helium. Though it is S block element, it is kept in group 18. Leaving these 2 elements, rest all elements can be easily classified into S, P, D and F block element. Now coming back to the S block, we know group 1 and group 2, these belong to the S block. What is the speciality of S block element? They have low ionization enthalpy. All these have low ionization enthalpies. What is meant by ionization enthalpy? It is the energy required to remove outermost electron from neutral gaseous atom. I repeat, it is the energy required to remove an electron from the outermost electronic shell of neutral gaseous atom. Means is energy required to remove electron. That's called as ionization enthalpy. If energy required is less, removal of electron becomes easy. So these elements, that is group 1 and group 2, they have low ionization enthalpy. Means in this case, removal of electron becomes easy. Students, one which lose electron, they are called metals. So we can say, since they have low ionization enthalpy, these elements are metals, and these elements are more reactive. These are metals and more reactive because of low ionization enthalpy. And these are highly reactive, hence they can react easily with the atmospheric constituents. Means they can react easily with the air, water. Therefore, they are never found in pure state. Therefore, not found in a pure state. Means being reactive, they react with the atmospheric constituent to form the compounds. Hence, they are not found in the pure state. And another thing is, these elements, for these elements, as you move down the group, see this is a group 1, this is another group 2. When you move down the group, means when you move down from lithium to francium. Similarly, when you move down from beryllium to radium, metallic character increases, reactivity also increases. So we can say, down the group, metallic nature and reactivity increases. As you move down the group, metallic nature and reactivity increases. Why metallic nature and reactivity increases? Students, as you move down the group, what happens is, atomic number increases. See, atomic number of lithium is 3, francium 87. In the group 2, beryllium has atomic number 4, radium has atomic number 88. Means as you move down the group, atomic number increases. Hence, number of electrons increases. We know atomic number is equal to number of electron. So we can say number of electron increases, means the size increases. Hence, the last electron, which is very far from the nucleus, can be removed easily. So as the size increases, ionization enthalpy becomes very low. As a result, the metallic nature and reactivity increases. And one more thing is, these are all elements of group 1 and group 2. They generally form ionic compounds, except 2. The 2 elements which are exceptions are lithium of group 1 and beryllium of group 2. So except lithium and beryllium, elements form ionic compounds. Lithium and beryllium, they form covalent compounds. Now ionic compounds means what? The compounds which are formed by a positive ion and negative ion. Positive ion is also called as cation, negative ion is called anion. So except lithium and beryllium, which are very small sized elements of group 1 and group 2, leaving those, rest all form ionic compound. So these are some characteristics of the S block element. What are the characteristics we studied? S block elements are those in which last electron enters the s orbital of the valence shell. The outermost configuration can be ns1, 2, 2. There are two groups which are coming under S block. They are group 1 and group 2. These elements have low ionization enthalpy, metals more reactive. Reactivity and metallic nature increases down the group, and generally these form ionic compounds except lithium and beryllium. So these are some characteristics related to the S block elements. Now let us move on to P block. So let's study now regarding P block elements. So let's next take up P block elements. What is meant by P block elements? P block elements are those elements in which last electron enters P orbital. Last electron enters P orbital of valence shell. Means here last electron enters P orbital of the outermost electronic shell. So for these elements, outer electronic configuration can be ns2 np 1 to 6, ns2 np 1 to 6. See, for these elements, ns orbital is completely filled. np orbital is successively filled. It can be np1 up to np6. These P block elements together with S block elements, S block plus P block elements, they are together called as representative elements or main group elements. Representative or main group elements. So main group elements are S block and P block. Students, we have just studied about S block element. They are present in the left side of the periodic table. There are only two groups under S block, that is group 1 and group 2. Now which are P block elements? They are present on right hand side of the periodic table, that is group 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. These elements, that is group 13 to 18 elements, belong to P block elements. Group 13 to 18 are P block elements. Which is group 13? You can see on the right side, starts from boron, and group 14 starts from carbon, group 15 starts from nitrogen, group 16 starts from oxygen, group 17 starts from fluorine, group 18 starts from helium, but helium has configuration similar to S block element, after which neon, after helium neon is a, that has configuration similar to ns to np 1 to 6. So group 13 to 18 elements are P block elements. Group 13, outermost configuration, outer electronic configuration of group 13 is ns2 np1. Group 14, if you consider, it is ns2 np2. Group 15, it is ns2 np3. Group 16, ns2 np4. Group 17, ns2 np5. Group 18, Ns to Np6. See, these are the electronic configuration of group 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 elements. What you can see here? In group 13, there is Ns2 configuration, Np1. Group 13 to 18, one similarity you can find is Ns orbital everywhere is completely filled. It is Ns2 configuration. From group 13 to group 18, Np orbital is filled successively. 13 Np1, group 14 Np2, group 15 Np3, like this. Group 18, the last one, Ns to Np6, means outermost electronic shell has 8 electrons. Ns2 and Np6, totally 8 electrons. Means it has octet electronic configuration. So, what we can say is group 18 has octet electronic configuration, or they have completely filled valence shell. They have completely filled valence shell. Since they have completely filled valence shell, they do not donate electron, they do not accept electron. Why? Because they are already stable. Completely filled electronic configuration, if present, generally they are chemically inert. So these are chemically inert, you can say, or these group 18 elements are chemically less reactive. Why? Because they have Ns to Np6, means a completely filled valence shell. Hence they are chemically inert. Now look at the previous two groups. Look at group 16 and 17. Group 17 needs 1 electron to have completely filled shell. Group 16 require 2 electrons to obtain completely filled valence shell. These group 18 elements are also called as noble gases. They have completely filled shells. Whereas group 17 elements, which are called halogens, and group 16 elements, which are also called as chalcogens. Chalcogens means ore forming elements. Ore forming elements are chalcogens. Halogens are salt producing elements. These chalcogens and halogens need 2 and 1 electron respectively to complete their valence shell. Hence they prefer to gain electron. They welcome the electron if comes. At that time, energy gets released. The released energy is called electron gain enthalpy. These have highly negative electron gain enthalpy. About electron gain enthalpy, let's study in detail later on. So, let me now take group 16 and 17 elements have high negative electron gain enthalpy. Since they have highly negative electron gain enthalpy, they prefer to gain electron, means they are highly non-metallic. Here in case of p block elements, there are non-metals, there are metals, and some elements have character in between metals and non-metals, means there are semi-metals also. So students understand, the p block elements contain non-metals, metals as well as semi-metals. In case of s block, we had only metals. Now in case of p block elements, as you move down the group, what happens is metallic character increases. So here down the group, metallic nature or metallic character increases, and a long period. A long period means as you move from left to right side in the P block, what happens is the metallic character or metallic nature decreases. If metallic nature decreases, the other meaning of it is non-metallic nature increases. So we can say down the group metallic nature increases or non-metallic nature decreases. A long period, metallic nature decreases or non-metallic nature increases. So we can say from group 13 to group 18, non-metallic character goes on increasing. Means tendency to gain electron increases. Metallic nature means tendency to give electron. Non-metallic nature is tendency to accept electron. But except group 18, that is noble gases, rest all can accept electrons or gain electron. Group 18 generally do not gain electron. Why? Because it has completely filled valence shell, hence they are chemically less reactive or chemically inert. So this is in general about P block element. So P block have configuration NS2, NP1 to 6. Elements belonging are 13 to 18 groups. Group 18 noble gases. In here in P block there are non-metals, metals, semi-metals. Generally metallic nature increase down the group, non-metallic nature increase along a period. So this is about P block elements. Next let us know few things related to D block elements. So now let us study about D block elements. Now we already know what is S block and P block elements. We know S block elements are those in which last electron enters S orbital of valence shell. P block elements are those in which last electron enters P orbital of the valence shell. Now what is meant by D block elements? What is speciality about these? D block elements are those in which last electron enters D orbital of a penultimate shell. Last electron enters D orbital of penultimate shell. What is meant by penultimate shell? See, outermost shell is valence shell. One shell inner to it is penultimate shell. If you consider atom like this is the nucleus, there are shells around this. Last shell is nth shell, means this last shell is valence shell, nth shell. One shell inner to it is penultimate shell, that is n minus 1th shell. So in D block elements, last electron enters a D orbital of a penultimate shell, means one shell inner to the valence shell. So these elements have outer electronic configuration as n minus 1, D 1 to 10, ns 0 to 2. This is the outermost electronic configuration of the D block elements. Here last electron enters D orbital of penultimate shell. S orbital may have 0 up to 2 electrons. Which are the elements belonging to D block elements? The elements which are in between S and P block. Students, you know, S block are group 1 and 2. P block are group 13 to 18. In between which come group 3 to 12. These elements belong to group 3 to 12. These elements are called D block elements. The properties of group 3 to 12 elements is in between S block and P block. See, these elements we can find. These elements which are in between S block and P block elements are called D block elements. Group 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are D block elements whose properties show a gradual change from S block elements to that of the P block elements. Hence, these elements are called transition elements. These elements are transition elements, or also known as a transition metals. Why? Because there is a transition or a gradual change from the characteristics of S block to the characteristics of P block. Hence, group 3 to 12 elements are called transition elements. In these elements, the last elements, that is the elements belonging to group 12, they are zinc, cadmium, mercury. These have electronic configuration like N-1 D10 NS2. The last elements which belong to group 12, they are zinc, cadmium, mercury, Zn, Cd, Hg. Their electronic configuration is N-1 D10 NS2. Means they have completely filled D and S orbital. These elements are called pseudo transition elements. Pseudo transition elements. Why? Because they have completely filled D orbital. If D orbital is partially filled, that is, if they have electrons as 1 to 9 in D orbital, they are transition elements or D block element. These zinc, cadmium, mercury have 10 electrons in D orbital, means D orbital is completely filled. Hence, they are called pseudo transition elements. So, these three are the exception in the D block elements which have completely filled D orbital. Now, let us study few special things about D block elements. D block elements all are metals. They have tendency to lose electron. They have metallic nature. And speciality of these D block elements are they can lose 1 electron, 2 electron, or they can lose many electrons. Hence, they have variable oxidation state. They have variable oxidation state. Oxidation state here is a charge possessed due to loss of electron in case of D block element. Actually, oxidation state is a charge possessed by an atom by losing or gaining electron. Here, being metals, they lose electron. These elements have number of oxidation state because they may lose more than 1 electrons. Hence, they have variable oxidation state. Generally, these elements form colored compounds, or they form colored ions. They are colored, and these elements, they have unpaired electron, means orbitals are partially filled here. Since they have unpaired electrons in the orbital, they are generally paramagnetic. Now, what is meant by paramagnetic? These elements are attracted towards the magnetic field. When the magnetic force is applied, they get attracted towards magnetic field. They are paramagnetic. So, paramagnetism is due to presence of unpaired electrons. That is, in the orbital, if I represent as a block, if there is 1 electron, it is paramagnetic. There is unpaired. If 2 electrons are there, we say it is paired. These have unpaired electrons in orbital, hence they get attracted towards magnetic field, that's paramagnetism. And another speciality of these act as a catalyst. What is meant by catalyst? Catalyst are those substances which increase speed or velocity of the reaction. These group 3 to 12 elements, I mean D block elements, they increase the speed of the reaction, hence they generally act as catalyst. So these are some characteristics related to the D block elements. Let us now study about F block elements. So next is related to F block elements. In case of F block elements, last electron enters F orbital of antipenultimate shell. What is meant by antipenultimate shell now? Students, we know valence shell means last shell, nth shell. One shell inner to it is penultimate, n minus 1. One more shell inner to it is n minus 2 shell, means it is antipenultimate shell. Here electrons enter last but 2, I mean the antipenultimate shell, where electron goes and occupies F orbital. These elements have outer electronic configuration as n minus 2, F 1 to 14. In these elements, the electrons are successively filled in the F orbital of the antipenultimate shell, and these elements have electrons in the d orbital, that is n minus 1, d 0 to 1, ns2. This is the outer electronic configuration of F block elements. n minus 2, f1 to 14, n minus 1, d 0 to 1, ns2. Where are these elements? These are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. See, the elements with atomic number 58 to 71, that is cerium up to lutetium, cerium atomic number 58 up to element lutetium with atomic number 71. Here the 4f orbital is successively filled, so these are 4f block elements. These are also called as lanthanoids. Lanthanoids. This is one series with atomic number 58 to 71. Another series with atomic number 90 up to 103. That is thorium, Th, thorium, up to lawrencium, Lr. Thorium with atomic number 90, lawrencium with atomic number 103. These are the elements where F orbital of a fifth shell is successively filled, hence these are called 5f block elements, or these are also called as actinoids. These two series which are kept at the bottom of the periodic table, they are cerium up to lutetium and thorium up to lawrencium. These two series are F block elements which are kept at the bottom of the main periodic table. These two series are together called as inner transition series. So these elements are inner transition elements. Among these inner transition elements, the actinoids, these are radioactive elements. Actinoids are radioactive, and most of the actinoids are synthesized. They have a very short half-life. They have short lives and they are radioactive, their chemistry is not completely known because they are obtained in very less quantity, that is in trace amount or nanograms. So chemistry of actinoids is a bit complicated. These elements, lanthanides and actinoids, together make F block elements. In the F block elements, after atomic number 92, atomic number 92 is uranium. After this, whichever elements come, they are called transuranium elements. Transuranium elements are elements after uranium. Uranium symbol is capital letter U, whose atomic number is 92. The elements which come after this, they are radioactive. They are used in radioactive research and the manufacture of bombs. These are transuranium elements. Here, lanthanoids, most of them are not radioactive, but actinoids, most of them are radioactive. So these are the elements which belong to F block element. So students, we have today studied about classification of elements into S block, P block, D block and F block elements. In these 4 blocks, S block, D block and F block, they contain metals. In a P block, there are metals, non-metals and semi-metals. About non-metals, metals and semi-metals, let us know few more things in the coming classes. So this is all about today's class, students. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.